SNP's fury at claims Scotland faces economic ruin without England bankrolling Sturgeon. The SNP reacted furiously to the claim that Scotland faces economic ruin without England, and that the country was fleecing English taxpayers. Scottish First Minister Nicola Sturgeon faced backlash this week after a string of last-minute lockdown changes meant business across the country lost out. In an online meeting with dozens of businesses, she apologized for her government's failure to provide the support and clarity that we need. She added that she was genuinely sorry her SNP administration had failed to meet the needs of employers by telling them about changes to restrictions at very short notice. Businesses and tourism have taken a battering in the UK, with those located in Scotland having been subjected to flip-flopping restrictions throughout the pandemic. Many will have stayed afloat as a result of Prime Minister Boris Johnson's furlough scheme and financial support. Financial distribution among the devolved nations, such as that seen in the Barnett formula, has been a contentious point for years. Political figures in England like Ryan Hansen, the Conservative candidate for Bedford and Kempston in 2019, have long accused Scotland of fleecing English taxpayers. He said, "Our northern neighbours have much to lose by going independent, while England has everything to gain." The very fact that Gordon Brown and the Scottish Parliamentary Labour Party are so desperate to keep the two nations together should tell you everything that you need to know. Scotland faces economic ruin should it continue with its socialist policies after losing the power to fleece the Conservative voting English taxpayers. Ahead of the 2019 general election, his words resurfaced and provoked fury from the SNP. In a statement reacting to the piece, the SNP's constitution spokesperson, Pete Wishart, said, "These comments are typical of the contempt for Scotland that is increasingly in the mainstream of the Tory party, right up to, and including, the Prime Minister, who himself has spread the subsidy myth." Indeed, a recent poll found that, far from being the party of the Union, most Tory members would now be happy for Scotland to become independent if that meant delivering Brexit. The Tories under Boris Johnson are completely out of touch with Scotland. No wonder more and more people are concluding that independence is the only way forward. Mr. Hansen's article came 1 year before the SNP made huge gains at the 2015 general election. He later said the article had been intended as satire, claiming, "This was intended as a light-hearted take on the Scottish referendum campaign, and was taken as such at the time." One wrote, "What these blinkered, biased people conveniently ignore are all the examples of English taxpayers fleecing Scotland. Scottish taxpayers are helping to pay the enormous, and growing, cost of the delayed and grossly over-budget London Crossrail project that will have no benefit for Scotland or Scots. Taxpayers in Scotland are also helping to pay the huge cost of HS2, which will benefit Scotland and Scots hardly at all." Despite most Scots being opposed to nuclear weapons in general and renewal of Trident in particular, Scottish taxpayers, without being asked, are helping to pay the huge cost.